Hey guys, I'm back. I know it's been a while since I made a video, but you know, life got in the way, but I'm here again. I am back with another unsolved murder story for today. If you are interested in hearing about it, please stay to watch the video, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my makeup while I'm telling you the story, okay? And of course, I'll list everything below in case I forget to tell you or show you what I'm using. But once again, thanks for being here, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Thank you for all the support. So this story is about Patricia Humphreys. She was actually born in Dallas, Texas in September of 1959. And they lived here in Houston, her mother, and her older sister, which was just a year older than her. Her older sister's name's Deborah Humphreys. So back in June 25th, 1975, we're going on exactly 46 years ago when this happened. I'm using the BFF eyeshadow palette today. So they went to the Thunderbird Drive-In movie, which was there on Clay and Campbell Road, so Northwest Houston area. She was there actually with her sister and a few more of their friends around the same age, boys and girls. I'm just setting the primer. So for anyone that's actually familiar with where the Thunderbird Drive-In is, do you remember that explosion that happened? I want to say it was like in 2019. There was a manufacturing explosion. So those that lived nearby had damage due to their house. That's close to where that drive-in was at. And I remember that explosion. I heard it in the middle of the night. So it was pretty loud and I wasn't even that close to it. But that's where the drive-in movie was at, which I believe why this story kind of came back out. Patricia and her sister had went out to the theater. Their mom let them. So her mom and her dad were actually divorced, and the dad was living in California at the time, so he wasn't there. And the mom let them take her car to the theater. They weren't even supposed to pick nobody up. The mom just wanted it to be them two. But, you know, teenagers, you don't listen to your parents. They picked up some friends and they all went to the theater together. She was 15 and her sister was 16 years old. So the 16-year-old was, you know, the one that was in charge. They went to go see the movies. They actually saw, well, it was a screening for two movies. The Midnight Cowboy and Lenny, which were both played by Dustin Hoffman. So they had got to the theater with their friends. They watched the first movie, which was the Midnight Cowboy movie. And once the movie was done, that one, like there's a little break in between, they went to the concession stand to get some snacks and cigarettes. So Patricia was looking for some cigarettes and the concession stand had told her that they had ran out, they didn't have any. So she decided to go to the 7-Eleven that was a few blocks away. So she walked by herself. About an hour later, her sister realized that she wasn't there. Like she never came back. And she decided to go look for her. So no one went with her to go walk to the store, her friends. There was about 6 of them, I think. And no one went with her. You know, back in the day, it wasn't as crazy as it is now. I wouldn't let no one walk. But, you know, before, that wasn't nothing abnormal for someone to go walk to a store by themselves. Especially at that age, that was kind of common. So, I'm sure they're familiar with the area and felt safe and comfortable walking to the store by themselves. So she went. The sister realized that she never came back. I'm using this color called Malibu from the palette. It's this pretty blue color. I'm gonna just stick with all blue, like doing that monochromatic look everyone's been doing. So it's just this color here. I love this palette though, it has so many shades. Deborah and her friends went to go look for Patricia. They went to the concession stand to see if she was there, and she wasn't. They also went to the 7-Eleven where she was supposed to go to see if she had went there or was there, and they said they never saw her. So that's when Deborah, her older sister, started freaking out a little bit because, you know, she was supposed to have gone to the store and come back. I'm using the color Salvadoreña, which is just pretty color here. So Deborah decided to go home after she left the 7-Eleven with hopes that maybe Patricia was there. You know, maybe she walked home. Like I said, the drive-in movie wasn't far from their home. I think it was a few blocks away as well. So she went home and her sister wasn't there. So that's when she started panicking. She told her mom what happened. I'm gonna use the glitter blue that's in there called Virgo. I know I look crazy right now, but it'll come together. I'm gonna take this color Latte, put some in the crease just to give it a little different color vibe. I'm gonna put some eyeliner. I'm not the best with my liquid eyeliner, so I get these little elf tapes. They're like $3 and it comes to like a lot. I think like 50. Then I cut them in half. I think I talked about this before. I cut them in half and then place them. And this helps me guide my liquid eyeliner so it comes out looking way better, because if I just did it freehand, it'll not be that great. And the hardest part about this is just making sure that they're even. And the eyeliner I'm gonna use is the Milani, the Tank eyeliner. I'm gonna go ahead and put mascara and do my eyelashes, and then I'll be back. And the lashes I'm using is the Kiss Lash Couture in Royal Silk. All right guys, I'm back. My eyelashes are on. I went ahead and primed my face already. On TikTok, I saw this video about when like your foundation on your nose like separates a lot. That happens to me, so I said to try the NYX eyeshadow primer that I used on my eyelids. So I tried it and I'm gonna see if it works. But for foundation, I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Infallible. And then I'm gonna continue on with the story. So like I stated, her father and her mother were divorced. He flew into Houston the next day after she had went missing. They put up flyers for her. She was 5'5". She was only 15. She had brown hair. On the flyer, her picture has her with long hair, but she had recently just cut her hair, so her hair was short. They looked everywhere for her. They couldn't find her. They did mention that the 7-Eleven that she went to, it was on a busy street. It wasn't like within like a neighborhood. You actually had to go to a busy street to get to that 7-Eleven. They also went around door to door looking to see if anyone had seen her in the neighborhood or possibly seen her the night she went missing. They didn't have any luck. No one had seen her. It wasn't until 6 months later. So remember, she went missing June 25th, 1975. 6 months later, in December, the first weeks of December, these little kids were playing in a field on Hopper Road, 5600 Hopper Road. For location, that's off 59 and Hopper, which is in between like East Mount Houston and Little York. There was a little empty field and the boys were playing and they noticed something there. Well, it was a body. They were able to identify that it was Patricia Humphrey's body that was there. The reason they were able to identify it was because of a ring she had that had her initial on it. And she also had a scar in her head. They believe that she was raped. And they believe she was dead before they took her to that empty lot. We're going on 46 years that this happened, and it's still unsolved. They still don't know who did it. They don't know why. Her parents are still alive. Her sister's still alive as well. She would have been 62 this year. And her parents just want closure. They actually went up on the award for any clues or anything like that. if anyone knows anything, because I mean, the person that did it could still be alive, you know, especially if they weren't that much older than her. The award is now up to like $10,000. And when they have the flyers, they also had an award if anyone had any information. And I think that's the scariest part, is that it could be someone that's still alive today, walking around the streets. Well, you know, they're probably a little older. You never know. But that's unsettling, because you never know. You don't know who your neighbors are. Could be someone that murdered. And I grew up in that area, not too far from there. You never know what someone is capable of doing. So if you have any information, I know some of us watching this weren't even born in 1975, but we may have parents, aunts, uncles that were born. They were about the same age. Like my mom was born a year after her, so my mom was 14 when that happened. So that's pretty unsettling, because it could have been anybody. You could call the HPD number 713-308-3600. That's Houston Police Department. Or you could call Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS. That's TIPS. The sad part about it is her parents and her sister could possibly die and never know who murdered their child and their sister. And that's not right. They deserve justice. And because the thing is that where they found her body, it was about 18 miles away from where the drive-in movie is. Just put some gloss over my lip liner. Alright guys, so this is it for today's murder story, unsolved murder story. Once again, thank you so much for being here. I hope y'all enjoyed this look. It's easy. I love when I could do like one color looks, because you know, you don't gotta go and find all different colors. It's so much easier like this. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all got some information from the murder story. Like I said, it's still unsolved 46 years later. So if you know anything, reach out to the cops. Make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, give me feedback. Thanks once again for being here, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.